Good morning. How is everybody doing? I should say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because somebody might be watching this in some other parts of the world. Um, I got a nudge to come on today. I wasn't planning on doing the live today, but this is what's happening. If you hear my voice go in and out, I don't know what's going on with my throat, but I've been losing my um, voice every now and then. So maybe, when we got to listen to our health, if we are having issues, pay attention to that. Doesn't matter how little it might be, because health is a big one right now. Definitely an energy health for internal, paying attention to what's going on inside of us, because we're doing a lot of inner work right now. If you haven't noticed, for the new year, this is the year of the horse, and we've got the Lunar New Year coming up. If you believe in that, my daughter's half Asian, so and I lived in Japan for many, many years. So we definitely look at all those aspects as well. So I just came on. I'm going to do a reading. Apparently, there must be a message for somebody that's going to be watching this, whether they're watching it live or recorded. So, whatever that is for that person, it'll resonate with them. If this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It's just not your time for this reading. I do personal readings, yes. Welcome, welcome. I do personal readings, so if you want a reading, please go to my website. I think it's down below, divinewarriorintuitive.com. I'm also a coach, so I have nutrition and fitness and spiritual, metaphysical coaching, things like that of nature. Oh, well, thank you for popping in, popping in. Okay, so what this reading is, again, just being directed from the other side to come. And so I'm going to say this is, I get the energy that it's for the weekend. Now everybody's like, oh, it's Valentine's, it's Valentine's. Valentine's is great if you have a partner, but if you don't, it's a sad day, in a sense. But you should really be loving yourself and taking yourself out. I'm single, so I mean, I love myself, and and this is a commercial holiday. It's they made it for commercial purposes. So don't let it get you down if you are alone. All right, just let it be, because you should be loving yourself and everything that you are in your authentic self anyway. All right. I don't. You can use other things besides PayPal. So there should be a button there for Visa or MasterCard or anything like that. If you can't book it, because I do have a Valentine's special going on. By an hour, you get a second person free. But if you can't book it, please, please, please email me. We can do it over the phone or anything of that nature. All right. Good for you. Yes, get your hair done. Do something for yourself. Definitely do something for yourself. Definitely. Sorry. I use Venmo, I use Zelle, I use um Venmo, Zelle, I use Visa, MasterCard. I do all of those. I try to make it easy for you, but Cash App, there's a lot of people that are, I hate to say this, a little shady on there, so I don't like to use Cash App. But any other way that you want, again, if you cannot book it, don't panic. I'm available, but you can on the website, you just hit the contact and email me. Say, hey, I'm trying to book it for this date and this time. And yeah, definitely. And we'll get you booked in. There's also, I think, when you do that, if you're still having problems, here's another thought I just got to download. I forgot about this. If you're trying to book a 30-minute or an hour or whatever, and you can't, contact me, but you can also hit the donation button with PayPal. And I think that'll go through, but you can always say, hey, I donated. Go on the website, see how much it is, and then hit the donation button and say, hey, I paid, I think it's $60 for an hour, 35 for a half or something like that. So go on there and look. Also, you guys, I'm a leathersmith, so if you love tarot, I'm designing some things for not only tarot cards, but like coasters with the tarot decks, pictures on them. You can pick the card because there's 78 cards. That's why it's taking me a little while to put those up there. So the coaster will have, if you want the moon card, if you want the sun card, if you want, the emperor 78 ones. You can pick four of them. I think there's going to be 4 or 6 coasters. And there's also bags and things and such on there as well. All right. So here we go. So this reading, again, I'm being directed for this week until the end of the week. So Sunday. So the energies are going on up really crazy, but I don't know what's happening. So let's find out. And if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It's not a message. But if you pay attention, something may pop up like, oh, she said that. Maybe later in the day, maybe tomorrow or whatever. All right. Again, if you've never watched my readings, this deck here, I use it every single time. It's the first deck that I use because this is Divine's deck. Now, you can say Divine is God. You can say Divine's universe. Whatever Divine is to you, your higher self. This is the deck. This is the main message that we go off of. And then I go into another energy with an oracle, and then I go into the spread. So if this is your first time, welcome. And I hope this is something that's helpful because I do more for creating your future, helping you with your struggles, helping you with your challenges. People go through a lot right now, and being a life coach and a transitional coach or a transformational coach, this is really important because we need to keep our mental health really strong through 2026. And I hate to say it, the next 3 years. I won't tell you why, but anyway. So our first card, our oracle out, the energies, the main energies that the other side, Divine, is trying to let us know, it is the Divine Matrix, and it's the number 8. So we really need to be paying attention to I'm going to say, I keep hearing multidimensional. So it's sort of like that deja vu moment. So really paying attention to what's going on around you and maybe looking at that with different levels of perspective. Okay. Because we're talking about our inner self right now in this 2026, working on our inner selves. But the thing is, we are multidimensional. We have many layers, put it that way. Let me put it down that way. So we are filled with many layers: mental, physical, emotional. We have many layers to us. And so Divine is saying, pay attention to those and how you use them and how you act. Thank you for that. So I don't know what that is for somebody. I feel like somebody's around. I feel like somebody is around either a person or people that end up blah, like vomiting what they feel, what they think, what they say. And so what I'm hearing is you need to learn to control your feelings, not your feelings control you. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense to somebody. So a lot of the times we blurt things out before we think. I did this week. I'll share with you. I have a business, a leather business. And the thing is that I got screwed over by an investor. And so this was like, I wanted to just blurt out everything I was thinking. I'm like so angry, right? But as a professional, I've got to say, nope, I am going to be better than that. I'm going to be higher than that. I'm going to be more professional about that. So I am just going to not hold it in, because I'll go and I'll write something and I'll write it all out, but I won't send it because I need to get it out. We need to get things out. That's a layer. If you're holding things in, that's a layer. If you're not sharing with somebody, or if you have a therapist or a friend or whoever, you gotta be able to know when to let things out, say things, or even hold things. If you've got somebody out there's a creator, and if you've got an idea, whether you're a writer, whether you're an artist, whatever it is, a teacher, don't tell everybody. Do not tell everybody, zip it. Because as soon as you bring it out, words like they talk about are power. So if you bring it out, then that power gets diminished about 50%. Why? Because somebody out there is not very good person and will take that idea, run with it, and call it their own. Been there, done that. Especially in the horse world, I had so many ideas that I would blurt them out, or I would do something and somebody with more money would come and develop it and make it, and I'm like, hey, and my daughter would say, Mom, that was your idea. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know what, I should have kept my mouth shut, should have not have done it, or when I did do it, I should have had the money to produce it and call it mine, or copyright it or trademark it, whatever. Okay, so let's keep moving. So it looks like we're on a multi-dimensional kind of layer here. Um, the energy also is the dream walker, dreams, collective good, illusions. Again, the number 8. I can't make this stuff up, guys. I can't. What was I just talking? I didn't even look at the card. I pulled it, put it down. I don't even know what the card is, and I'm reading it, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. So that through the end of this week, something's churning, something's coming up, something wants to come up, and really be mindful on this layering kind of a thing, because you want to be able to zip it and hold it. If you really, really have to hold it, have to tell somebody, email me, text me, because nothing is going to, when I do coaching, it's confidential. It is 100% confidential. This is why I have people from all over the world messaging me on their metaphysical abilities that they're scared, they don't know, it's brand new. And it's like, it's confidential, because that is how I do what I do. Okay, if it's not confidential, then unless you're going to hurt yourself, please, God, please don't go there. There's no reason to. There's so much to life. But the thing is, find somebody, that one person, if you need to, and trust them on a spiritual level. I'm telling you, earth level, again, that dimension, telling and believing in circumstances and all this negative stuff that's going on in the world, you're lost in this level. You want to get up to your spiritual level, your higher self, your higher purpose. And you can do that. That's what I do in transformation coaching, because whatever's on this earth does not matter if you cannot take it with you when you pass to the next, pass over to the next energy, then it doesn't matter. So really, really pay attention to what's going on this earth level for you. All right. Thank you for the hearts, whoever gave me hearts. I was like, wow, I don't see those. I see those on my leather channel, but I don't see them here. Anyway, I'm a very small channel, and I appreciate everybody that's coming in and looking at my readings. I just do this, trust me, for just while I'm shuffling. I wasn't going to come on and do tarot, but my daughter talked me into it in 2020, and I did it for a while, and then I was like, I had surgeries, life hit, it was hard, and so I backed out a little bit. Now I'm back. But she's like, Mom, please do them, you're good. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm good. Honestly, I don't. This is my gift or ability, or whatever you want to call it, and this is what I'm being directed to do. You have to be directed to whatever your calling and purpose is, and your passion. That's the big one, passion. And if you're not looking at the money it's going to bring you, but the passion that it brings you, the joy that it brings you, the happiness that it brings, to go for it. Go for it. I'm a boomer, guys, and I have learned over the years, many years, that I wished I would have done the things I know now than what I did back then, because it was very earthbound, and it was not joy-filled, very depressing and things of that nature. So if you have a passion, if you have a calling, and you just are like, well, I don't know how to get it started, you're going to get a lot of doubt right now with these energies of the planets. Saturn is trying to stay stabilized. However, you're going to get a lot of this going on right now because of what's going on with the planets. And the thing is that you yourself have to find your roots. We talk about a tree in coaching, and you have to find the roots because that's the foundation. That's where it starts. And so you have to start there. Okay, I don't want to get into a coaching session, but if you don't get those roots planted deep first before that trunk starts growing, think of a plant in your house. The plant gets started, but then that little stem never gets strong because there's not enough nutrients in the ground to secure those roots to grow it nice and thick and strong. Okay, so definitely think of yourself as a tree, because when we grow the leaves and then the fruit at the last. All right. You could use some direction. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I mean, divinewarriorintuitive.com. And, don't put it in the comments if you want personal direction. Don't do that in the comments because you don't need to share your business out there. But then a lot of people do on social media and stuff. Definitely, I don't do my business. I am on Facebook, divinewarriorintuitive.com. But you're not going to see all my business. You don't need to do that. That's Earth. That is Earth. You guys, social media and posting picture, 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 picture. Whenever I have a girlfriend that does this. She puts her picture, 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 picture on Facebook, and I'm like, she is needing attention and validation so bad. Okay. When you guys do that, it's like somebody's not going to notice, but somebody who studies behavior, personal, or an empath, an intuitive, but when I see the auras, or I don't see the auras, I feel the auras, and I look at the energy of the person. That's why I like to do Zooms and Google Meets. I need to see the energies and the aura around you and feel what's going on. But that person that's always putting on social media pictures of them, look at me, this is what I did. It's all they want is validation that they're loved, they're needed, and they're wanted. Okay. That definitely is something that pay attention to. Another dimension, the need for love, the need for validation, the need to say, I'm worthy, the need to say, I matter. Okay. Not this Black Lives Matter. Everybody matters. However, it's just on social media, it's like, I matter. Right. Yes, you are enough. 100%. 100%. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that. Um, and the thing is, with this on this reading, I'm looking at this spread, and somebody is not seeing that they're enough. They're not seeing that they matter. They're getting this energy that they're missing out on opportunities. We have the Queen of Pentacles as the first card. Okay, you got a lot of opportunities. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and you got the Page of Cups. When I first started this reading, we were talking about passions, callings, things coming up, the opportunity. What is the Page of Cups? The Page of Cups is about the opportunity of something that you love, you want to do. It's a seed form. Again, it's just I'm going to go back to the tree thing. It's just the sprout. It's got these tiny little roots. It's a sprout. It's a seed. Okay. So what is it? Because something's trying to come to fruition, and it's multidimensional. So what that means is divine is saying it's going to take a step and a process to get where it's supposed to go. I can't make this. However, somebody in the center, we got two number fours. Okay. In numerology, 4 is about setting a strong foundation. I can't make this up. I can't. But the thing is, in the center of the reading, you've got the 4 of Cups. And look at what the hand is doing. There's an opportunity that is being offered, but what is the dude doing? He's got his head down. He's focused on all the negative, low vibrational energies, the low frequencies. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know how to get started. How do I do this? That's why I have a lot of consulting for entrepreneurs, is because there is a process. And if you follow that process, you will be successful. Okay. But this person isn't paying attention to the opportunities. And look at this. What an amazing reading. What an amazing reading. Because whoever this is, you have the opportunity, you're missing out, and you've got the wheel of fortune, which is another opportunity way of doing things. Okay? So you can pick and choose. Whoops. You can pick and choose whatever it is that you want to do. We get stuck so much in this earthbound basis of, well, I got to do this job, I got to make money. There's millions of jobs out there, but if you're unhappy, if you're not bringing you joy in that job even a little bit, what are you doing there? Go find a job that's at least going to bring you some joy into that job. Not being miserable, look at the door every day saying, oh God, I got to go into here, blah, 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 because it's hard. Some people have 2, 3 jobs. I have a day job and I do my leather business. But the thing is, I enjoy my day job, not 100%, but I do enjoy it. And I find the joy in that job in that day. And the only way I can do that is, what will I do today to bring joy in this job for myself? Not for anything out there, but for myself. So for me, it's like, oh, I'm going to engage with the customers, and I'm going to focus in on that because I enjoy that. It brings me joy. Because what happens when we allow ourselves to have joy, our vibration goes up higher, higher, higher frequency. Why? Because the highest frequency is love, and that's saying I love myself to stay joy in my life at my job or anything that I do, rather than go in there and say, oh my God, I hate this job. I don't want to be here. I got to do this or that. You just lowered your vibration down to the bottom floor. Okay. Again, this is about dimension and what divine is trying to show you. Okay. There is definitely something that number 3 in this one here is the 3 of Pentacles, which is about teaching, mentoring. Maybe somebody out there, again, another opportunity in your last card, definitely the Ace of Swords. But the thing is, there's an opportunity for somebody. I hear the word travel. I don't know if that's for somebody that, and travel can mean 15 minutes, can be, maybe somebody's like, well, God, I would really love to do that, but that's an hour drive, but the thing is it going to bring you joy? Is it going to bring you happiness? So people get their mind locked in on all the negative stuff. Oh gosh, thank you for the hearts. I love you. But they get locked into the things that are hard. So they think of, oh, well, if I do that, then, oh, it's going to cost me money. I'm going to have to drive farther. I'm going to have to, wear a uniform. I'm going to have to, they think of all the low vibrational energies that keep them there. But here's another way to look at that. You could say, oh, well, it's an hour drive. And how much gas is that going to be? And oh wow, it's going to be a lot for at first. Maybe I need a different car, but that job that'll bring me an opportunity to buy a different car. And I might have to wear a uniform, but you know what? It'll save me money on clothes because I don't have to go out and buy all these clothes. And do you see the difference? So there's an opportunity coming. Somebody is definitely not paying attention to it, and they're so stuck. Open your mind, allow your heart chakra to open up. And the way to do that is to do exactly what I did. Turn the words around from negative to positive way of mindset. It's all about your mindset. Okay. So there is a lot of opportunity coming. For somebody, this could be a mentor, or maybe somebody's coming to try to teach you something and give you a better resource or a better knowledge of what you need to do for the future. Okay. I don't feel I have a male, like a masculine presence on the left side, and it's an older person, so somebody might be having that opportunity. There's cups here, so it could be a passion, it could be a love, it could be, okay, somebody's fearful of a relationship, somebody pulls, okay, these different dimensions that we're working with on earth, and it might be scary to somebody. As a boomer, if I go to start to date, yeah, we listen to the media so much, it's like, oh wow, are they going to kidnap me, are they going to rape me, are they going to kill me, are they again, low vibrational. You should be listening to your intuition hugely when you go to meet someone, and keep it an open, keep your heart open, keep your crown chakra, your third eye open, pay attention, and you will hear and feel the vibrations. You can do what I do. It's just you have to train yourself to do it. And the way that, instead of saying, oh, are they going to do all this? It's just saying, hey, I have this opportunity and I'm going to grab it. I'm just going to see where it goes. What does it hurt? If you have a passion or a love or whatever you're going to do and you want to do it, dreams. The first word is dreams. And those dreams can happen. You can fall in love again. If you're a boomer or in your 40s or 50s, whatever, it can happen again. But it's not going to happen if you're going to go in, oh, wow, I've got my guards up. I got everything up. Yep, it'll probably be a one and done date, kind of a thing. But the other thing is the opportunity is there, and you have to be mindful and at a higher level of to understanding your intuition and trust it and believe in it. Okay, trust it and believe in it. There's a lot of opportunities here for somebody. This is just coming up for this weekend. I don't know what it is for you, because with all the downloads I just got, this could be a love thing, this could be a work thing, this could be I need to move. I don't see a movement card really here other than the teaching card, and the opportunities of the Wheel of Fortune. There might be an opportunity for somebody to move here. Okay, and it doesn't mean move. There's people think moving, it's always physical. No, it's a movement of your mind also. So when I teach coaching, this is what here's what we've been brainwashed to think. So we think we go mind, spirit, and body. Okay, great concept. Very earthbound concept. Okay, because you think, okay, you got to have a great mind. Where does your mind start? Again, go back to the tree. It starts with the roots. Where are the roots? Are the roots in the mind, which is earth? Or are your roots in spirit, your intuition? You're paying attention to the metaphysical, because that's where we start. Love, compassion, empathy, all that kind of stuff. But we get it twisted because we've been brainwashed to think, oh, it's mind, spirit, and body. No, your spirit speaks to your mind. So your heart chakra, your inner self, your higher self, whatever you want to call, whatever is that's where it starts. And your spirit tells you, your brain, your mind, how to act, to think, to move. Okay, and your mind tells your body, okay, go ahead and say that, go ahead and do that, whatever. And so we think in that way. So we are backwards on the earth. If you look on my divinewarriorintuitive.com, you'll see spirit, mind, and body, because I'm going to start with my spirit. Okay, and if you're like, I don't understand what you're saying, that is, okay, are you doing and saying things out of love, out of empathy, out of compassion, things that you cannot touch, feel, or are tangible? These are very emotional feelings, but they're also deep rooted in being a good, authentic person. If you have to lie, if you have to manipulate, if you have to lie by omission, those kind of things like that, that is mind first. You're doing mine first. But if you say, you know what, I really care for this person, but they're not my cup of tea. If you're talking about dating, this ghosting crap is so irritating to me because it's immature. It's also done out of fear because one person might feel insecure, or maybe they don't have confidence, or they've been lying or lying out of omission. So if you can just do it out of love and say, you know what, I enjoyed the meeting. I enjoyed the date. However, you're not my cup of tea. I don't want to waste my time. How hard is that? Even if you did it in a text, how hard is that? But the thing is, people live their life out of fear, and then they ghost, they do all this low vibrational stuff and stay in earth. I don't know who that was for. I don't know who that was for. And that's where this number 4, again, trying to build that foundation. Look at the difference in those two foundations. One is celebration, one is love, one is excitement. The other one is, okay, woe is me, pity party, not having, I don't have this, I don't have that, rather than looking at what you do have. So, okay, sorry about that. Oh my God, you guys, I need new glasses. Being a boomer sucks. I will tell you, getting old is not for the weak. It is not. Oh, don't shut yourself off to dating. Don't shut it off. This is again your mindset. Change your mindset. You're just meeting the wrong people because your vibration is a little bit lower. So I have a little bit higher standards, and that's why I'm single, because I'm not going to lower them. I enjoy myself. I love peace. I love calmness. I love that. And so when you date or when you're going out, again, don't think of the negative. Look at the opportunity that you may have, because there is definitely a foundation there. But look at keeping your standards up. So if you look at somebody, okay, there's a lot of people. I'm going to go off the chart a little bit for a minute, because this is about love. Okay. If you look at somebody, there's a lot of this, what do you call it? Online dating. And if you look at somebody's profile and you look at them and they're nice looking, little eye candy, gotta like that eye candy. But the thing is, don't look just at that. Look at how they write their profile. If there's anything in it at all, if there's nothing, pass it up, because that person's not taking the time or investing the time in themselves and to be able to catch another. Okay. They're just saying, okay, I'm going to put myself out there and see what I can get. Okay. Pass them up. Pass them up. If you read anything and if they don't have anything in common, that might be okay, because opposites attract. However, you want to look at what is important to you. What are the number 2 things that are important to you? And you go with those 2. Okay. If I don't know, I don't go to church anymore just because I learned a lot, and people on the other side, that it's just my choice, that I believe in God, but I also believe in other things as well. And I think the earth teaches us how to brainwash us one way, and we really should be open to learning many ways and make our own decision. However, let's get back on the topic. If you look at their profile and their older pictures, what does that tell you immediately? That tells you that they're insecure. They don't want to be honest. They want to hide something, or they're living out of fear. Okay. So okay. But those are kind of things that you sort of look for. I'm just sort of teaching you some human behavior stuff. But the other thing too is, I don't want you to go out there and say, I'm done. I'm not dating anymore. I've done that to a point, because I'm like, I go on dates, and let me tell you, but that first meeting tells me everything about them. And so you got to just be understanding that when you read something in a profile, immediately, you want to find out, is that your real picture, or is that just somebody else? There's a lot of that going on there. My background in criminal justice, that scamming romance scamming and all that kind of stuff was my forte. That was my specificity. And let me tell you, there's a lot of romance scams out there. And if you think somebody's being romance scammed, or if you have a question, or they're getting emails or sending money, please contact me, because I will help you through that. I will intervene if I need to. Because let me tell you, they can. I know a lady, my friend, she had a lady friend. The guy took her for $50,000. She sold her car for him, sold everything for him, ended up in a shelter, lost her apartment, and then she unfortunately passed away in the shelter. But she had a life of a good job, a good apartment, things paid. And this person, actually, it's not one person, it's a group of people. A lot of people think talking to one person. You're not. You're talking to a bunch of group scams. Anyway, I'm getting off a topic, but the thing is, really pay attention to the behavior, the pictures, and all that kind of stuff. If you're unsure, it's like, wow, I don't know, email me. Email me. I'm very open. I'm a small channel, and I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to help you guys on and your challenges and everything. All right? Okay, so let's see what else might be going on here through the weekend. I like that the Queen of Pentacles is in the front. Opportunity again for somebody, the Queen of Pentacles, either to teach, and this might not be a lot of money at first, and money might not be the end result. I would rather be broke and happy and teaching and a millionaire and miserable. Yeah, money, and everybody's like, oh, I'd be a millionaire. But the thing is, I've been having money and it doesn't make you happy. It's the passion. Again, what Divine is saying, what is your passion? What is your dream? The collective good. We're talking about spirit here, not earth. Money is earth. You gonna take that money with you when you go? No. So it doesn't matter. Okay? You can make all the money in the world, you know, and you're not going to take it with you, so it doesn't matter. People matter, you matter, your spirit, how you act, how you move, how you treat others, that kind of a thing. All right. Again, I can't repeat. I can't make this stuff up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Again, Ace of Swords. An opportunity. I just got a download for this opportunity, the Ace of Swords. So somebody needs to be really, really careful. There will be an opportunity, but when you look at the sword, you got to look at the sword. It's a double-edged. Okay, there are swords that are not double-edged, that kind of a thing. But the double-edged sword can cut in two ways. It can actually be constructive or destructive. It can help you or it can kill you. So the thing is, you really want to be mindful. Again, like I had said earlier, who you share things with, especially ideas, dreams, products maybe that you want to make. Maybe you have an Etsy channel. Don't go spreading that around, because this is about you. You unique. It's like my leather stuff. I think I did this in the last reading. My leather stuff, anybody can do leather, but nobody does leather in horse. I do saddles and tack and all the way down to the small thing, but nobody does it like I do, like my company does, because this is my way. This is where you give a crap about you and whatever it is. If they can take, I keep seeing hands, give me, take. So be really, really careful who you got in your circle or work or whatever, because there's always gonna, they just showed me one of my coworkers who always is baiting for information, always baiting me for, and I love to give them the wrong information to see where they go spread it. So it's like taking information. And that's the thing, is you don't have to take money. You don't have to take those kind of things. You're taking information from somebody and going and using it. Again, double-edged sword. Gossip is very destructive, because majority of the time, each time it gets sent, that is the story is going to change each and every time. So again, be really, really careful, because we have not only the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Wands opportunity, but it's also about communication. So again, be really, really careful of this opportunity to share information. Um, so somebody out there is giving me the download, like, if you know somebody, for example, I don't know who this is for, but if you know a friend or whatever, again, this information, maybe their spouse is cheating or they're cheating, or maybe they're dating two or three people, but telling that person, oh, I'm just seeing you. It's just all about you. This is what I'm talking about. This is something that you got to decide on what information you share. Okay. I don't know who that's for, but if you share that information, are you doing it out of love, or I need to tell them, I need to make sure that they know this, because that's your journey. That's your life. That's your integrity. That's your perspective of what that situation is. But if you're going to tell somebody some very important news that could destroy, that could be, detrimental to that person, you don't want to do it. What I personally would do is, if somebody was cheating on my friend, I would be going to the person who's cheating and saying, you know what? I know what you're doing. You need to either figure this out and tell them, or I will tell them and I will let you know when I'm going to tell them. Because the thing is, it's not your business. However, you want to let that person, that liar, that cheater, that dishonest, that low vibrational person know, because I'm going to tell you, karma is up. Yep. Anyway, so there, I don't know who that's for. Okay, so we also have the High Priestess and the Justice. I can't make this up. I can't make this up, because you know what? Karma's a bee, and and every time that somebody does me wrong, like they just did here not too long ago, that is, I set back, because I know that if you don't believe in God or whatever, but I love this saying, is vengeance is mine, says the Lord. And let me tell you, I'll say, you know what? They screwed me over. You go take care of them. And before you know it, what they did. And something will happen that will show me, look they fell. They lost all their money. They did whatever. And I get shown, because I keep in contact spirit, mind, body, not mind, body, spirit. Okay. So justice will prevail, but it may not prevail on an earth bound basis. It'll definitely prevail spiritually. And remember, spiritually, the way that works is about their integrity, their morals, their compassion. And you know what? Sometimes this judgment, because it's not our place to judge. It's, everything we do is on our perspective. That's why when I teach relationships, or when you see one of my videos, it's finding out, on the love languages, what you want to do is look at the other person's perspective before you start fighting or arguing. You want to look at the other person's perspective first, because the reason why we fight and argue, you don't have to fight and argue. There's no reason to fight and argue. You can debate, but the thing is, nobody wants to look at anybody else's perspective. Well, this is my way I do it. This is the way that I do things. And again, that's detrimental, that's destructive, that's low vibrational, low frequency. You don't want to do that. But if you can sit down as adults and you say, okay, this is not cool from my perspective, so let me understand your perspective, why you did that. Because a lot of the times, most people look only from their, and that is about communication and relational communication, and that's in one of my videos on Get Balanced 2020 YouTube. All right, so whatever is happening on a lower vibration here on Earth, whatever is a struggle, whatever is causing you chaos, whatever is causing you conflict, whatever is causing you to not feel good about a person or yourself, that's earthbound. We need to get you to a higher vibration, and that is a lot of opportunity here for this next, I'd say the end. I keep hearing Sunday. I don't know why. It's just to Sunday, but somebody is needing to increase their vibration. All right, and increasing it easy. It's easy to say, but hard to do because you have to be in your mind thinking all the time when you say and do things, and retrain your brain on how you're thinking. So that definitely is something that is not easy to do because we've been brainwashed. And if, for me, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but the thing is, that's a lot of years to not erase. You're always going to have those memories, but to think, oh wow, yeah, I was thinking really bad. That's not the way I should have been thinking, because when my younger years, so I have a series on my Get Balance 2020 YouTube channel about sexual abuse and how to survive it, heal from it, and live with it, because you never, it never leaves you. And so learning how to live with it, with the and things that may happen as they get less and less over the years, if you do your homework, that will definitely make a difference in your mindset. Because my mindset when I was younger, and I do understand why my husband left me, because we're friends now. We're totally friends. And he goes like, yeah, it was not only me, but him as well. And he agrees to what his faults were. But my mindset was so twisted because of the sexual abuse that I was thinking completely, I've got to manipulate situations. I got to, love is all physical. I've got to make them like me because my self-esteem was in the toilet. I had insecurities. I had all that stuff. Okay. And so it was something that I had to do and learn how to do. All right. And that's, again, that's that double-edged sword. You can help yourself and be constructive in your thinking, or you can be destructive. And that's that low vibration, that low frequency that you don't want to be in. Because I just saw a huge mud thing and an elephant stuck right in the center. And you can't get out of it unless you get, do your homework, get some help. And that may take some physical help through, or mental help through therapists or a coach or whatever it is. All right. All right. Let's ask anybody on the other side if they want to come through, and if there's anything that Divine wants to share with anybody. Definitely. What do we got there? Are we upside down? Nope. If there's anything, okay. If there's anybody on the other side that wants to come through, if there's any messages that you want to share to somebody who needs to hear it, that may be watching this, please go ahead and come through now, or give me some downloads, give me some visions, give me anything that you feel that I would understand. I appreciate it. I heard the word harmony. Does that mean anything to anybody? Oh, okay. So harmony, love, and emotions. I don't know what that is for somebody. Maybe this is something that you need to pay attention to. Wow. This is just sort of repeating itself. Okay. There is somebody there, though, as I said in the very beginning, needs to take care of their health. Pay attention to those little signs. Just we need to be taking better care of our vehicle. This is a vehicle. And we need to understand that it's like a car, it can break down. And we need to understand that if we catch something, like if a belt is beginning to rip on a car, okay, that's okay. We can start to fix it. But if it really tears in half and breaks, and we're driving and it runs the car off the road, we can't really do anything about it. It's too late. So definitely have that opportunity to do that. Again, we have the Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups. But we also have another 4. Okay, so that's 3 4s we've had in this reading. Again, building, okay, thank you. So somebody on the other side said they need to build a new foundation. Okay, and foundation, okay. So they're asking me to give the scenario of the sand versus rock versus solid ground. When you build a house, you don't want to build it on sand, because it could sink. It's not stable. It's not healthy. It's not, you could have a lot of things go wrong with it. Okay, but if you build a house on rock, you're going to have to maneuver that house to be able to, make it work on rock. Whereas if you go and you find some solid ground, you can till that ground and make that ground flat, smooth, and build a beautiful home on that. Well, that's our body. Okay. So 2026, we're still new into it. Maybe and I teach this. I used to bodybuild and compete. Can't tell it now. But you want to build that foundation with eating more healthy. And there's a lot of simple ways. When I used to coach the gym, manage the gym, there's a lot of ways. In fact, that book there, I actually produced when I was bodybuilding and managing gyms. And it's about nutrition, fitness, and a daily management. And when you look at this book has this book has something no other weight management book I have seen out there on the market has. What is that? You have to hit the foundation of this before you can change this. And why is that? Because if you don't change this, which is all your trauma, your PTSD, why you're eating the way you're eating and stuff like that, then this will yo-yo. You will yo-yo diet, yo-yo diet, yo-yo diet. And so again, building a foundation for your health for somebody, that is it. The burdens, that's where somebody carries their burdens in their appearance and their weight, and everything. And this communication that's coming in, maybe it's me, maybe it's somebody else, I don't know who it would be. That is something really fast, something you need to hear. One thing about coaching and one thing about my tarot is I don't blow smoke up your what. I will tell you honestly what you need to hear, but I will do it in love and kindness and compassion about, what? If we're overweight, there's a reason. It could be DNA, but it could also be I'm shoving crap food in my body rather than healthy food. And it doesn't always have to be that way. But again, where's the foundation? Where do we have to start with? What is it that you're telling yourself? Okay. So the thing is, am I telling myself all this low vibrational energy that you got to get rid of? And that, like when in sexual abuse, yeah, either you're eating for comfort or you might be permissive. There's 1 in 3 that have been sexually abused in women, and 1 in 5 in men. And the thing is, we get to the point where we have to block things out. We have to tell ourselves we're loved and why this is happening. So that's the number one thing people do. And is it wrong? No, it's just finding another way to cope with it. Okay, I'm going off the thing. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to be, when I was younger, again, going through all my homework, yeah, I lied, I manipulated. I could sell you an iceberg in the Antarctica. That's how good I was at it. But what taught me that was my low self-esteem, what the person who abused me made me think and feel. So I had to do, it was the hardest homework I've ever had to do. Am I done? I won't be done until the day I die. And I might not even be done then. Well, that's not true, because once you pass over, it's all in love and light. Trust me. I talked to my mom, and that's another story. But the thing is that it's love and light on the other side. And they don't look at our body because we don't have our body. We're energy. We do not have our body. This is just a physical vehicle so we can get around this silly thing called Earth. I love Earth, but it's, a lot of people think. So to be, and if you're being honest, in any situation, it may bring you pain. But the thing is, even in a relationship, if they say, well, yeah, I don't want to go out with you anymore, you're not what I thought, or not, yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to like for a minute. But wouldn't you rather hear that and let it a minute and get on the right path than to sit there and have somebody lie to you, or keep texting you, or keep calling you, or even, I mean, there's so many things in dating and relationships that give you red flags, indications that this is not in a situation, or end up in a weight that we don't want, those kind of things, unless there's some DNA and some physical things in our history that will cause us to be heavier, and then that's a medical attention that somebody needs to go see a doctor about. Definitely. So, I mean, those kind of things. All right. Wow. What a reading, guys. What a reading. But the thing is, again, there's a lot of opportunity for passion and love. I'm going to go back to Divine's message. It is a dimensional thing. Think of yourself as a human, that you are multi-layered, okay? And what layer are you focusing in on for this next week? What is it that you're focusing in on? Because this is where he's talking about. There's a lot of high vibrational energies that are trying to show you again. But are you in the center of your reading? Are you blocked? Are you stuck in the mud? Are you trying to get out of the mud but can't move? So this is really, really huge. And that's why we have channels that try to help and teach and grow to the highest level. And, again, you got to be careful who you listen to. I'm not the perfect person, but I'm going to be honest with you and upfront. Some of these readers, they want to just talk about love. Ooh, you're going to meet somebody and stuff. It's, you got to be careful who you listen to. Again, it has to be the spirit first, then the mind, then the body can move. Okay. Don't do mind, spirit, and body. Okay. Because some of these manipulators out there, they will trick you with your mind. Oh, yeah. And then you get stuck on tarot, and tarot's the paper. Tarot is the paper. This is the story. However, the person with the downloads, with the intuition, with the abilities, with the able to really communicate through, is the thing that you got to pay attention to. Can they actually do that? And I can do these readings without the cards. Okay, because whoever I'm in front of, if I do a booking, and whoever I'm in front of, I can read whatever is going on, and then we need to see where we want to go with that. But if they want to use the cards, they can use the cards, because then I can really get into details of what's going on. All right. But I do hope this was helpful. You got a lot of positive energies. Focus in on where you're at. Focus in on what you want for your dreams. Okay, dreams, you got to make those realistic. Thank you. So you don't want it to be an illusion. Okay, number 8. 8's about progress. 8's about moving forward. But you don't want this to be an illusion. What makes a dream an illusion? It's called a pipe dream. That means you have a dream, but you don't act on it. You don't move on it. So then it doesn't happen. You say, oh, well, that dream is never going to come true. Did you act on it? Did you really research and see how you can make this come to fruition? Or did you just say, I give up. I'm just going to call it a pipe dream. Oh, nothing's going to happen. Again, low vibrational, low energy, and you're stirring the pot, and you're making that pot boil a little bit more. I see a witch's cauldron, and it's like boiling, and hocus pocus kind of a thing. It's like, that's what you don't want. Okay. You don't want that. You know what? Look into your rewatch this reading on your financials. There's the answer in there. I already gave you the answer, but you got to go back and rewatch it and listen. You got to ask yourself, am I being low vibrational? There is ways to get out of financial. Let me tell you, I was homeless at one point, and the next year I was a business owner. So again, it's this mindset. You've got to make the dreams, make things happen, or it becomes an illusion. You know, somebody's not, even if you had a lottery ticket, now somebody's not going to drop $1 million or even $100,000. But let me tell you, I can give you testimonies of where I would ask divine, okay, I need to pay the rent. I'm short $350. Please, I need to do, what can I do? Show me the signs, show me what I need to do. And all of a sudden, $350 shows up because I want to take the actions to do it. You know, if you say, oh, well, can you manifest this for me? That's a bunch of hooey. That's a bunch of hooey. It's, I need to manifest this to a point where I can do whatever I can, and then the metaphysical steps in. If you don't take these actions, then the metaphysical is going to say, well, they're not doing anything. It's just like being enabled. Some of these kids that think they're entitled, just give it to me, give it to me. I know one young man, he's 23 and he needs a job, and he's like, well, I want to do it in I want to be able to get a job in what I got my degree in. Well, go get a job to pay the bills and work towards that job. You don't just get handed jobs out, you know, those kind of things. So you really have to saving, be careful about saving. Okay, I'll answer some questions. If you guys have questions, I'll answer a few questions before I go, because unfortunately I have to go to my day job today. Be careful about saving because it's how you're saving. All right. You have to educate yourself, and I'll go into a small coaching session. Saving has to be done smart. If you're young, you want to look at the high yield savings. So if how much they're giving back, you want to see also too, if you have like $100 or you know anything more that you can start investing a portion of your paycheck, maybe take 10% of your paycheck and put that into an investment so that it can grow, because sometimes that's called an EFT or ETF, excuse me. And you want to be able to put it in something like that so you can keep adding more and more. There is I don't like to give advice, but there is a gentleman, I think, you know, he's on Shark Tank. It's a show, but he's called Mr. Wonderful. He has a website for beginner investors, and it's called Beanstalk, BEANSTOX. And there's ways to do that, but don't go on there and do that until you educate yourself a little bit more. But really be able to put your money into a high yield savings, maybe 4%, whatever. And then make sure, or you put it into a Roth so you can keep adding, but you also can take money out for an emergency. Okay. It's when you put that money in, and you can do several different things, but if you put that money in and you can't touch it, then you have an emergency, you're sort of screwed. So you want to put your money into a savings, but you got to realize when you put your money into a savings, you don't touch it. That's the problem is, oh, well, it's in savings. I want this. So you got to go decide, am I buying out of need right now, or am I buying out of want, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Okay, somebody's advertising. Thanks. Appreciate it. Love you too. Yeah, okay. So that's really good. So if there's not any other questions, or if you have a question, now's the time. Welcome, welcome. So we just got done with the reading. If you're brand new, thank you. Go back and see this reading. It is for till the end of the week. There's a lot in this, which I was really surprised with the downloads I was getting. There was several different scenarios. So if you go through it and read it or watch it, there may be something for you. If you want to book a reading, as I mentioned before, and you're not able to do it on my website, definitely reach out to me. We'll get it worked. Or if you do a donation, I think on PayPal, make sure it's for a half an hour or an hour, because I hate for you to waste your money. I don't want you to waste your money. And if you're donating $20 or something, it doesn't get you a half-hour reading or a full hour. So just make sure you go on the website, divinewarriorintuitive.com. There on the services, you'll see there's a Valentine's special right now. Buy 1 hour, but get the second person free. for an hour, and that's half price basically. But you can also go on there. There's nutrition and fitness and just education. You can have a free consultation. We can talk about what you're needing, that kind of a thing. There's tarot readings. We can do it for half an hour, an hour. There's intuitive sessions where you don't have the tarot, but you have a metaphysical ability that you're like, this is all new to me. I don't know what's happening, or I'm dreaming this all the time. Why am I doing that? We can talk about that as well. So if you're subscribing to my YouTube channel, I am coming on live once a week. I will do the reading. And then if I have time, I'll answer questions at the end, just really brief, but they are general readings when I come on. So hopefully this helps you in any challenges and struggles, questions that you might have, things like that. If you want to have more coaching, my other channel is called Get Balanced 2020, and there's a lot of videos over there for self-help, understanding communications, bettering relationships, energy vampires who's sucking your energy dry, anything like that. Definitely we talk about that as well. All right. I hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. Oh my gosh, I love the little love hearts. I don't get those very often, but thank you so much for that. Thank you for supporting my channel if you've subscribed or liked. That really helps a lot. I'm a small channel, and I'm not in it for the money. I just want to be able to help, and either through tarot or through my coaching, and just build a community that I'm here for you guys. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love it. This is what is today? Today is Wednesday. So I might be on Sunday. So if you are subscribed and you hit that notification, you'll know what time I'm coming on. But what I would love to know in the comments is where you're from, because I want to know what time you're on so that I don't just come on and nobody's on. I want to be there for you guys. If you want to ask a question really quick, because I've got to get going. Pittsburgh. Wow. Are you guys still cold over there? You guys still got lots of snow? I have friends in North Carolina. Like last week, there was a foot of snow. Oh my gosh. I'm in Oregon, so we're having something's going on with this earth. I'm telling you guys, because we have not had a winter like this. We're in the 60s. We are usually in the 30s and 40s. We don't get a lot of snow, but about once a week for the winter, we haven't gotten anything. Our mountains don't have snow on them. That's dangerous, because if people are like, why is that dangerous? If you don't have snow in the mountains, in the spring and summer, we don't have the water. So if you don't have water, you have lots of fires, you have drought. We are going to be in big trouble this summer. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Enjoy that snow. I'm born up in Upper Michigan, so 6 feet snow, that kind of stuff too. Yeah, definitely. Wow. But everybody, anybody who's listening, whether you're recorded or not, please go ahead and definitely tell me where you're from. Welcome, Sagittarius. It's cons. That's, I'm going to say with you, how hard are you working to get that job? And are you working for a job, or are you working for a career? If you watch the reading, you will see where exactly you need to have that job. Okay. And what that means is, are you looking for a job in your passion, your calling? It may take you longer if you don't. But the other thing too is, it's your mindset that is holding you back from getting that job. Okay. You have to sometimes take a job that you may not want to take to get to the job for your passion and your calling. Okay, so that's the number one thing, and that's what this whole reading was about. It's passion and calling. It's about the different dimensions, and you really, where is it that you want to end up? A job is a job. A career is your passion, your calling, where you want to be in the long run. So you don't want to be in a job. You want to be in a career. Awesome. Youth football coach. Good. Go for it. These kids, it's not the kids so much, it's the parents, right? It's not so much the kids, it's the parents. My ex-husband was a professional referee and umpire. So we talked about that. And he would teach the high school and all that kind of stuff, or coach for them, but not very often. It was usually for like University of Oregon and bigger jobs like that. But yeah, so definitely, and those kind of things, what you want to do too is, if this is your passion and desire, start taking some, kinetics and, some fitness and things like that. And maybe this is going to take you to a different way, or it's going to take you to the next level. Okay. But yeah, definitely want that career. And that, again, this whole reading, please go back, and if you're really looking for jobs, please go back and listen. And even if you have to zip through like the love and all that kind of stuff, definitely this is about all the passion and desire. Again, if you're coaching, you're teaching. Is this something that you want? Are you geared to teach? Are you geared, and maybe it's teaching, not just coaching, but other things outside of that, or maybe you want to be a teacher. But these are things where you need to be asking yourself. Amen to you working in the hospital. I know a lot of RNs, doctors, things of that nature. My mom was an RN. And, you again, we talked about the physical. We talked about the physical. You especially have to really be mindful of your body for these next, well, always, because there's so many germs and so many things that you're dealing with around a hospital, that you really have to focus in those little signs if your body's just off a hair of what's going on. I know from my bodybuilding, I know my body like the back of my hand, and I know when something's off. I know when something's really off, and I don't wait. I don't wait. So if you feel like something's, take care of it. Take care of it. Take care of it. Yeah, definitely take care of it. Good. I mean, I love this. Tell me which line of, you don't have to tell me what you do, but I love to find out what people do, what their line of work is. And both the teacher, both the coach in the hospital serving, and most of the people that like to watch tarot are in a serving type position. But again, one of my last things I'm going to share with you, if you're looking for a job, if this is something, or if you're in a job, then ask yourself, is this where I want to be for the next 5, 10 years? Okay. If it's not, need to really focus in on what this reading is telling you. Again, what is your dreams? What is your passion? Where is it that you want to be in the next? If I'm coaching somebody, I'll say, let's set a goal for this week. Let's set a monthly goal. Let's set a yearly goal. Then let's set a 3-year goal. Because you don't want to go too far, because you don't want to think way out in the future, because life does this to you. But you do want to have a goal of what you want to do. So do that. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys, I have to get to my day job. And Sunday, subscribe, hit the notification. I'll be on again live. I won't answer questions till the end, but I'll pop in and ask how everybody's doing, or say thank you and things like that. But, 10 pounds of muscle, email me, go to divinewarriorintuitive.com. And you can get a consultation. I will tell you how to do that. Trust me. Or if you can find my book, well, I don't know if that would have there, because that's more bodybuilding. That's more weight gain. That one's more for weight loss. But go ahead and email me. Contact me through divinewarriorintuitive.com, or you can click on a consultation for free, or book there's, I think, a nutrition and exercise. I can build an exercise program for you, that kind of a thing. But the problem is, I'm not there to coach you, and a lot of it is about technique and eating and rest. All right. All right. I will see you again. Got to get to my day job, guys. As much as I would love to stay here, I got to get to my day job. Please subscribe, hit the notification. I'll see you on Sunday. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. I love it. You guys mean a lot. Take care.